What's up everyone, MK Tom Brady here. In this video I want to talk about Sub-Zero's cameos. This will be a full cameo guide for Sub-Zero. Cameos are a big part of the game. The cameo you pick to complement your character will largely affect the style that your character will play, the style that you're going to play. So it's important to pick the right cameo based on the style that you want your character to play like. It's kind of like your way to customize how you're going to play your character that best fits you. We're going to start with the Goro cameo here, and Goro has some similarities to the Sonya cameo in that your back 3-4, he allows you to combo off of this, he allows you to combo off of your enhanced slide, he allows you to combo off your stand 3-4, and one thing he does that Sonya does not is he takes your normally full combo punishable overhead and now can make it completely safe. And somewhere in this -3, -4, up to maybe -8 range is where you want Goro to be called. This way, you know you're calling him at the right time to where if the opponent tries to interrupt Goro, they get hit. If they try to punish your back 2, they get hit by Goro. And you can follow up on that hit advantage with some offense of your own. If you wait too long to call Goro and you say, oh, why not call him out and be super plus frames, the opponent will be able to punish you as well as hit Goro at the same time, and it's just not something you can do. It's not a safe Goro call there. The correct timing is you want to wait until the skull is down at your back ankle, and that's when you want to get the visual timing down to call Goro at the right time to keep your back 2 completely safe. Goro also gives you the ability to basically combo meterlessly with Sub-Zero, and gives you some damaging combo options at that. So basically, if you wanted to play more of a mixed style, but you wanted to ensure a level of safety, like, hey, I don't really want my overhead to be interrupted, or I mean full combo punished, this is where you would go ahead and use Goro. Frost is another option, and she does things a little differently than Goro does, but has some similar things that we use. So Frost will allow the low to be comboed with her low frost ice right there. So while you can't combo off your back 3-4, you can combo off the back 3. Still giving you that overhead and low situation where both options go to a full combo, but you don't get the safety. You're not able to combo from the... It's not a hit confirm. You pretty much are just going to raw guess this. So there is a high degree of risk to it. Frost also gives you the frost ball here, which is you know, you can try to throw them into it, you can try to slide them into it. If they try to punish slide, then you know obviously they're going to get hit because you can throw them into it. It's just kind of like a little best used in corner situations, obviously where there's nowhere for them to back up. Frost could also give you like you know, the frost assault. This is a high though, so they can just go right under it and poke them and her and punish you. It's Sub-Zero, so that's kind of a recurring theme. But that's really some of the best uses for Frost. I mean, you can also, like, you know, the regular, this is plus frames, but again, they can just interrupt that armor out of that, etc. And you really can only follow up with those plus frames in the corner anyway. So those two are two cameos that you could use. A lot of people like the Goro cameo. Serena is another cameo that a lot of people like to use. People use Serena for combo options just to extend the damage. And let's go ahead with Kameo here as well. So what Serena will do is she gives you kind of a zoning option from range. And this will do a few things for you here. This will make it easier for you to combo like a full screen ice ball trades. Like you can call Serena, you know, and try to come in and maybe forward 1-2. Usually at like mid range, you'll get a full combo there. If you happen to trade a very bad trade in which you have a lot of recovery and probably the most thing you can do is slime, you're now able to come in, call Serena, and then get a full combo where otherwise the trade is so bad, maybe it knocks you down, you're not able to go in for a full combo conversion. Serena also gives you some, you know, meterless damage here where you don't have to spend any bar. So she's used in that type of situation. It's probably the best way that I found to use Serena in a lot of her uses. So the Kameo assist is kind of weird. It's like a lesser version of Goro, I found, where, you know, if you call Kano early enough, you can combo off the, you know, back 3-4. But again, it's just something that you have to call it in advance. It's not a hit confirm kind of thing. Kano also gives you the option to make your overhead completely safe on block. A lot of times you would knock the opponent down, and then you would, you know, call out the Kano ball, back 2, they block this, and then, you know, if back 2 hits, you cancel the Kano ball, go with the combo. The problem with all these strategies that make your back 2 safe is, and I did a video, a couple of videos back, that really shows that there's no possible way at the highest level this is going to hit. This works at mid to low levels, and of course you're not always going to be playing one of the best players in the world. But I found even at above average level, a lot of players react to this overhead. So making it safe with Kano ball, I mean, it really isn't something where you're making a mix-up safe. 90% of the time this overhead's going to get blocked anyway. So it's not really something that, you know, I think is like, you know, end-all be-all strategy. You can also use Kano knives to come in behind it with like a slide, right? You know, and or anything at all, like, you know, stand 3-4, you know, Kano knife comes out, stand 3-4, and then, you know, stand 3-4 hits, and or they get blocked, and then you have advantage there and some stuff if you do it properly. And also like situations where you could, like, again, slide, right? So you're going to do your slide, you're going to call Kano out, then you're going to slide. Right, they have to block the slide. If you do it right, they're still going to be in block stun. They block the knives, you have advantage. Just, you know, kind of like areas where you can call Kano. Also like for combo situations where, you know, you can call Kano out and these knives will come out and give you like full combos, you know. And this really doesn't, again, Sub-Zero doesn't really help you here like it did in the beta, where you can do something like this, and it doesn't really help you. You're not gonna, the damage scaling is just too high. So a lot of the reasons why people use Kano are completely gone. I no longer think Kano is even a viable option for Sub-Zero as a cameo. We have the Cyrax cameo, which I know a lot of people have started to use. I'm not very big on this cameo, but you know, I wanted to show you guys. And then of course, then there's the Sub-Zero cameo as well. All right, so one of the main reasons why people use the Sub-Zero cameo is, for one, you get the ice armor, which means any type of zoning doesn't really affect you. You don't have to worry about people using Serena cameo on you, so on and so forth. He also has a freeze there. Now, he can use it off the low as well. So like Frost, you can't hit confirm this. However, you know, like you can't do it off of the back 3-4, but you can just do a raw back 3. So you do gain an overhead low situation with Sub-Zero. You also get meterless combos with Sub-Zero. You get like I said, the ice armor, and you also get a cold shoulder. But most people use him for the meterless combo starter and for the ice armor here. And you can also do it while blocking, so it's not something where you get hit while you're putting it out there. And this makes you immune to projectiles. Cyrax has kind of a niche little thing to do. So basically in the situations where like you were, you know, being armored out of like forward 1-2 stuff, if you call Cyrax fast enough out of this situation here, like right after forward 1, there's no window for them to armor or interrupt. Now what happens here is when this hits, you can still go ahead and hit confirm and go into ice ball, so you don't lose the hit confirm. And when it's blocked, you know, you can still like you know, use forward 1-2, and then, you know, maybe like clone cancel. It gives you a safe clone cancel or safe ice clone where they can't really recover in time to do anything. And also you can do like combos into slide and then call the regular Cyrax assist, you know, the one that just goes straight up like this. So basically you would end your combos with slide, call Cyrax at the right time, and then get a you know, giant combo, And these are some of the main reasons why people call Cyrax. Also, obviously, the net for trade situations. So, like, if you happen to, you know, get something like this and a bad trade, and you just can't recover in time from the trade to get up there, Cyrax net will also help you. And then I want to talk about the cameo that I like to use, which is the Kung Lao cameo, and kind of go over some of the pluses to it. You know, I prefer. I don't like Motaro. I don't like Sector. None of these other cameos here. So I prefer Kung Lao, and I just wanted to kind of talk about this here. So your Kung Lao cameo is, to me, the most solid of all of them. It's not as gimmicky. For one, speaking of gimmicks, like the overhead and lows that I talk about that can be, you can mix up or be made safe, but making them safe doesn't matter if there's no way to hit anybody at the highest level. So what Kung Lao does is, you know, first of all, look at his low hat here. The low hat recovers significantly faster than pretty much every other cameo. So a lot of times, whatever the reason you picked your cameo for, you really can't go to it but so many times. Whereas with this, you can go to it quite often. You can also hold the low hat out there, and it will consume the whole cameo. But again, notice how quickly it comes back. So this is really not a big deal. When you have set up so you can put the low hat out there and hold it, you're basically doing these overhead and lows where which one is going to hit first. It's the only way that I really found to make back to a true guess situation where it's not about reacting to it. It's about you can't tell which one's going to hit first, the overhead or the low. Another reason why I like this is just its overall advantage on hit. From range, it's really good advantage. From close, great advantage as well. And it's great when you're trying to, like, you know, zone and playing that zoning game. For mid-range, like, you could clone, you put the hat out, they try to jump it, the clone hits them, they block the low hat, they're too much disadvantage to get over the clone punch. From range, also same thing, you can low hat, they block it, throw out ice ball right away, you're throwing ice ball out at plus 22 advantage. I mean, there's just no way that they're going to win that particular trade. If they respect the option for the ice ball, then you start throwing these out, and then you can, you know, just, you know, throw out ice ball as well from there. Or you could do something like low hat, come in, dash punch because they're waiting for something, and then of course if they want to come in and meet you or jump, then you would clone, catch them airborne. A lot of options, a lot of mind games, a lot of ways you can play with this kind of stuff. But the main reason why I picked Kung Lao was, you know, up close with, you know, a couple of things. 1-2-2 and 2-1-2. This is kind of gimmicky, but it's still there. These strings all end in overheads. And if you go ahead and low hat, there's a 3-frame window to fuzzy guard the overhead or low hat off the 1-2 string. There is a 2-frame window to fuzzy guard it off the 2-1 string. So it is fuzzy guardable. Not the biggest window, not the smallest window. It's tight-ish, but not super tight to do. Still a viable option at a lot of levels of play, although probably not at the absolute highest level. But the thing that I love the most is off of forward 1-2 or 1-2 into low hat, just period in general. I love the forward 1-2 string because forward 1-2 clone cancel is just extremely unsafe. And there's no way to really bait this, right? You do forward 1-2 clone in block, and it's just going to be a full punish. There's no mind game. They wait for the clone. They see it. If they don't see the clone, they don't do anything. There's no bait. But you notice Kung Lao's low hat is +2 on block. Now, some people, they are not going to accept these frames. And they're going to say, if I have a window to armor, I'm going to take it. The difference is, unlike forward 1-2 clone, they cannot react to the low hat. They just have to blindly throw out armor, which now allows you to forward 1-2 and guard. And this way, you don't get the scenario you want a forward 1-2 clone where there's a bait, block, or clone, but you get it from forward 1-2 low hat. Anytime low hat is blocked, you're +2, you can down one right away. It will beat any counter poke out. They can't even backdash because of the range of your down one. And when this hits, you have advantage, jail them with 1-2, you know, throw, etc., go back into more pressure, so on and so forth. And this is some of the best stuff I've seen with Kung Lao so far. You do have the teleport, but I don't use it because it gets blown up all the time. You also do have meterless combo starters with his spin or an anti-air, like someone jumps at you You can, you know, like jab them out of the air, call out Kung Lao, go into a full combo. So you have more anti-air damage than you would normally have. And there are a few cameos that give you this, not Kung Lao, but it's like Kung Lao gives you all of this and the anti-air stuff. It just makes it much, you know, much better, I think. And these are all the cameos that I would use. I prefer Kung Lao, but they all have different uses. I think these are the best ones for Sub-Zero. But let me know what you guys think. Let me know what you guys are doing with him. Always appreciate the comments. Thanks for watching, guys, and stay tuned for more content.